talk to people many.
Guys, I am super excited. First of all, you're watching E Central Exclusive, and today I'm talking to the one and only Niger Ninja. Of course, you know who I'm talking about. Sultan is my guest right here. Welcome to the show. I am totally honored to have you on the show. But due to the corona greetings, so how are you doing? Well, first of all, I knowing you, we know that your life it's music, basketball, and family. So I'd like you to arrange it for me in order of importance to you.
That's funny. Okay. Family, basketball, music.
Yeah, I thought basketball was gonna be first. But anyway, talking about family, do you get to spend much time with family right now compared to, before?
Yeah, I mean, because of the pandemic and now we've restricted our movements. If it's not important, don't go out. So we are always at home with the kids and with my wife. So it's, I would say, throughout last year, I spent the most time I've ever spent with them. Yeah.
Oh, wow. And what is the most beautiful aspect about that for you?
Demystifying myself for them, not being that hard father every time, because if you have limited time to, teach your kids, you might want to do it in a fast way, and that way you need to, strict or whatever. So if you have time with them, you ease in on them.
Let's talk about your album, Eight Wonders, and it was your eighth studio album, so definitely big congrats to you on that one. But tell me, you released the album during the pandemic. How was that like for you?
So it was right before the pandemic, the lockdown, that we already planned a physical launch or release party, to say. So I'd paid for stuff, I'd already, planned everything, but it wasn't meant to be. So when we were locked down, I was like, wow, this body of work is just going to be lying like this. When do I know that Corona will be over? So I'm just saying, I'm going with my leap of faith and just release it right now. The kind of music I play doesn't need to be blown from the club. You can stay sober and still listen to your music.
Come on, we still remember Oyibo say, so Jans. That's like my best song.
No, you need to listen to more. That's why you have
to. Because I used to listen to that in Ghana. So we were enjoying that song all the way in Ghana. So it's one of my best of, songs.
So for me, I just feel like doing my music, I don't have to wait for parties to happen. People came from their comfortable homes. Before the whole TikToking and everything started, I felt like I had a shot. So I released it regardless and I did something. I was the very first person that came online to do a virtual show, virtual release party, had Files, the bad guy, perform with me, had Peruzzi perform a song with me, Shay Shay, we just did it like that and, recorded quite a number of people, like more than 10,000 people came on. Like, oh, that was the first time. So, it told well on the album, yeah.
But I know prior to that, you had planned on tours, you had planned on so many promotions.
Yeah. Last year was 20 years on stage for Sultan, yeah. So I planned a lot, school tours to sensitize kids about, the line of career and everything. And also, I wanted to create a magical concert. I've always been doing Jungle Story every year, and 2020 was the year I wanted to take a break from Jungle Story and do something else. It's like something to just explain the story, the journey so far, but it wasn't to be. And so many things I would plan, the ones that promoters had paid for, all those things. For me, I don't. I'm very optimistic. I look at the cup half full, not half empty. So I keep going, and it was a very great year for me. And I'm just thankful.
But we still do not know, when coronavirus is, finally going to be eradicated. Are you still going to plan to do more projects that you would, release virtually? Are there still some things on the pipeline from you?
Most definitely, there's something in the works right now. It's like a show. It's what I wanted to do with my 20 years on stage is what I'm doing now virtually, and I'm working on a very great brand as regards live music, and it's my band. And I'm going to have a lot of celebrities come in and a little mini crowd in the studio. It's going to be unplugged, and it's going to be remixes, best of, all my best works, and a few ones that people do not know that I feel like someone this day can jump on and bring life to it. So we're going to do all that, and it's going to be like a show and a documentary, so to say. It's going to be fun to watch.
Definitely something to look forward to. But talking about your best works, just tell me two of your best works.
I don't.
I know artists is so hard for them to come out and say
No,
this.
for real, I don't have a best work. My best work is the one I'm working on right now. It's always like that for me.
Always like that. Okay, but you've been in the industry for a very long time. We cannot deny the fact that you have mentored a couple of artists. Talk about Shay Shay, W4, amongst others. So in this decade, you expect coming out to mentor some of our young artists?
Say mentor, and I just take them as more like friends and prodigy to say, just watch me, let's roll, but watch me. Let's roll, but watch me, that kind of thing. Yeah, I have a lot of people, even right now, that I'm working with, that hopefully, you get to see them big up someday.
Okay,
there's so many. There's so many. Yeah, I have a lady I'm working with right now. Her name is Angelica. She's one of the greatest voices I've heard out of this country. I'm telling you, this note in sports, one of our exports of basketball, who's rolling with me now, is Dublin. Is going to school pretty soon. But you see, it doesn't just stop at music. I have other prodigies in different fields that I just feel like I can learn from my wealth of experience and my network. I can also spread my network to them so they can,
They prevent your guidance, but with this road now we one day find us. While we are waiting for a miracle, fire they burn, they burn, they burn, they burn. While we are waiting oracle, fire they burn, they burn, they burn, they burn. We they pray make fire cool, fire they burn, they burn, they burn, they burn. Now we are waiting miracle, fire they burn, they burn, they burn, they burn.
And for you, we know that it doesn't just end at, music and basketball. We know that you love movies. We've seen you in Campus Queen, if I'm correct. And right now you're featuring in Basket Mouth's Papa Benji. Tell me, how's acting? It's like it keeps calling you. What's that one thing that fascinates you about acting?
I feel like artists are actors, and when you look at entertainment, it's just one big old, estate of creativity. You can have a neighborhood where there's music, where it's movies, they're just so closely knit. So I don't feel like I have to wear a new crown or a new hat to do something. So I feel like I act in my music videos regardless. A lot of people act in the music videos to see them, but maybe the diction and everything to combine that, that's where most people have a problem. But me, ever since I was a kid, I've been acting. I told people like they've not seen. For 20 years, imagine you've not seen 1/10 of what I can do. 20 years.
So we've seen music, we've seen basketball, and we've seen acting.
Yes, but you've not seen 1/10 of what I can do. That's scary. So people need to understand that. I'm not the type to always want to rush and force stuff down your throat. You see it happen with ease. And our movie has come out, done very well, Headgun. My brother Abdul and I came out with Headgun, and now there's another movie we're working on, sitcoms we're working on the Nigerian Ninjas stable, and I just want people to just relax.
Yeah, but the most recent one, Papa Benji, how was it like working with Basket Mouth? And was that your first time working with him?
Basket Mouth is my brother. He's not a friend anymore because we've known each other for 20 years or more, and what we've been able to do, even when people do not know, like I always tell people, the friendship I have in the industry, maybe 1 or 2 or 3, but we do not come to tell you on Instagram. We don't see pictures. When we meet. It's
intellectually.
Like intellectually, and we kind of like compliment ourselves. It's like your superpower merges with mine every other time. So Basket Mouth and I, we've been doing this for a long time. It was in our movie as well, Headgun. So when it comes to writing and on Flatmates, I'm a writer as well on Flatmates. So we combine efforts, and the guy is a very crazy, talented, adventurous human being. So I learn from him as well. I'm sure he learns from me too. So every time I have the opportunity to be on stuff with him, I'm always willing and ready to explore the talents, the God-given talents.
Now let's come back to basketball. We've seen your height, and we know that you love basketball. But tell me, since when is it when you were a kid, or when you grew up? Since when did you start loving basketball?
I played basketball. I was the captain of my secondary school, captain of my university. Got out of school and joined the Northern Warriors team. So I played a little bit of basketball competitively before music came calling. And ever since, I've always wanted to strike some other things that had to do with basketball off my bucket list eventually. So administratively, I just started doing. When I got called upon, by a certain guy, my friend, Hugo, and TJ and Matthew, are like, okay, you do basketball a lot, and you've been doing it a whole lot more than just play it. So we want you to. They invited me to an opportunity, and I grabbed it. And ever since, it's been call-ups for such things, and that's it. So for me, I play it, I enjoy the game. I also want to contribute my effort. I think there's so much division when it comes to administration and administrative part of sports. A lot of people they are so hell-bent on, owning, like, I just look at it like, let me use basketball for instance. If you check out basketball, we have MBBF. And when the MBBF was doing their thing, we started a certain league which was continental, and we started using some players playing the MBBF league, but we did a tad bit more than those people were doing at that point in time. We got the glamour, the glitz, everything to our league, and we kind of like invited them over to see what we're doing, to see how we can impact that on them. But that was not to be. Instead, they wanted us out. They needed us out of it. But for 20-something years that I've been following Nigerian basketball league, there had never been anything like that before. You throw the gates open, you don't put tags, you don't put fees on it, and people still don't come to watch. You need to know that thing you're making it worthless. But we put a lot of money on it, we make it high profile, and people still come to watch the game. So you don't tell me that only football people love football. If you say people love football in Nigeria, then why are the stadiums not selling out for the league? So there's something wrong with marketing, there's something wrong with how you package it, there's something wrong with how you package players, because you need to make stars out of the players before people come to watch them, buy their souvenirs and do stuff and celebrate them. You need to celebrate them. Stop looking down on them. Don't making it look. Don't stop celebrating the club owners like they are supposed to be. Like, no, these guys. If you make stars out of them, people will come to your matches and watch. That's just the truth. So I had when I say every A-lister coming for our games, even not invited, they just call me and say they want to come watch the show, and they come. They come to the event, they watch, they enjoy basketball. So for me, it's more like. It's how you package it. Package it well, and it will sell. Simple. No pun intended.